Hello and welcome back, my lovers of wisdom. This is Alkistis coming to you from Athens, Greece. So this is the Wednesday meeting where I am taking calls from the Zoom room. All you have to do is click on the link on my website that says Greek Oracle, and it will lead you to the Zoom room where you can ask any question here, live streaming, something about your life, something that's troubling you. As long as it's a real and sincere issue that's bothering you, I'm more than happy to help you out and give you some insights or give you some tools on, really how you can solve your own problem, because that's even more important than getting advice, right? Giving you some tools. But before we start, let's just get in a comfortable position. I want you to just find yourself in a comfortable position, right? Whatever you must do, turn off any distractions that may be troubling you and disturbing our session. Just turn off any distractions. That's all you need to do. And sit perhaps with your hands, the palms facing upwards, as we will begin our relaxation. Let me say hello to some of my friends in the Zoom room. Hello, Maria from Greece, Ronalda from Italy, Hans, Germany, and so weiter. And so let's also look here. We have some friends from India and France and Morocco. So a very big and we would say a very great variety of cultures joining, and that is the idea, to just have create this online connection. So my dear friends, let's just take 3 deep breaths together. Yeah, just 3 deep breaths together, just to come to the here and now. All right? So let's inhale deeply, deeply, deeply. Hold that breath, hold it. Spread it throughout your lungs and exhale. Exhale as much as you can. Again, inhale deeply, deeply, deeply through the nose, relaxing your shoulders as the oxygen spreads and goes to the shoulder area, to the lungs. And you feel the relaxation going throughout your whole body. And now exhale. Keep exhaling, exhale, exhale. That's the idea. And now one more breath. Let's inhale deeply, deeply, deeply. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Feel that relaxation here on your forehead, on your jaw. Drop your jaw. Ah. As you exhale. Any stress that you may be carrying with yourself for the day. And let's just come to our center, bringing ourself and our awareness to the here and now. Because we can't really open up our channels of intuition and the higher centers of your brain and your mind unless we are really deeply relaxed, okay? Because in relaxation, we change frequency. It's like changing the station on the television or the radio. It's like pressing a different channel. We want to move from the channel of beta waves, which are the waves of consciousness, everyday consciousness, the type of consciousness you need to do your groceries and to run your business. But we are switching gears, switching channels, and we are going to a more relaxed alpha mode. In alpha mode, you are more open to inspiration and ideas that may come to you. So what I want you to do is think of your most pressing problem, your, the biggest issue you may have. What is the thing that you would complain about? If you could really complain to someone and say, this is really bothering me. What are the 3 biggest complaints you may have right now? Ask yourself, and if you like, you can type it in the questions below, in the comments below. Type in your biggest complaint, your biggest issue right now, whatever has you frustrated. Okay, because we are going to clear some of the stress related to these issues. So let's go ahead and read some of them. I'm having trouble at work. I hate my job. I don't find fulfillment in my job. That's a very common one. Let me also see here on Instagram. Perhaps we can read some of your issues. Just type them in the comments below. So we're going to work with this question that someone in the Zoom room has written, and that has to do with being frustrated or unhappy with your job or with your profession. And, a lot of people, they think that by switching profession, they will find happiness. There is something to be said about that, but I don't believe that. Having switched and changed many professions myself, I have found that happiness can be found, really in the here and now, no matter what profession you happen to be employed in. And it's very important to be able to cultivate the happiness no matter where you find yourself. Even if you're waiting in line at the bank, or if you are in undue stressful situations, you can always, it is within your reach to pull back and say, time out, time out. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. I'm going to focus on what I appreciate in the here and now. And just that little space that you're going to be giving to yourself is the space that is your freedom. That is one way of freeing yourself in the here and now. Another great factor is what the Stoics call, the Stoic philosophers call, the dichotomy of control. And that has to do with saying, what is the thing that I can control? Let me control the things that I can control and have power over what I control. And let me leave the rest to the universe, to God, to life, if you like. There are certain things you just can't control. For example, the weather. Can you control the weather? No. Can you control whether there's going to be a war next to you? No, you can't control that. But what you can control are your own thoughts and your own actions, right? Your thoughts and perspectives and your own actions. So if there happens to be a war or a famine, or if you're in a job you really hate, in other words, in a situation which is normally unpleasant, you must pull back and ask yourself, what are the things I can control about this situation? And what are the things I cannot control? And this is where you begin to take self-responsibility and self-leadership. You look at your own thoughts and say, is my perspective, is my view on what's happening, or my view about this person, for example, your boss or your colleague, is my view helping me? Is that a resourceful viewpoint? Is that a viewpoint of inner freedom? Am I being resourceful, or am I just opting for negative thinking or toxic thinking, uncreative thinking? You know, what, let me just, sorry, I might have lost you there, the Instagrammers. So you have to really ask yourself, you know, what am I doing? Where is my freedom in this situation? And if you begin to think like this, you will slowly cultivate your inner freedom. Your inner freedom. It is the only thing you can control. Because even if you change job, even if you change a situation, I'm not talking about life and death situations where you obviously have to leave the space or do what you have to do to survive. I'm talking about where a situation is unpleasant for you. So here is where you really have your freedom, in your thoughts, how you think about a situation. What is your perspective? Are you viewing the glass half empty or half full? Hello, I see some new people joining the room. Greta, how are you? Hello?
Doing pretty well. Doing well.
Good.